guys, and happy leap day. So today is Saturday, February 29th, and to me it feels like a day to really go all in because we don't have one of these for another 4 years, right? So it kind of feels like that thing of go wild because there's gonna be no records about it, but it's a pretty amazing day to work with some rituals, especially rituals of letting go, releasing. Now tomorrow we start with March 1st. Finally, February is over. The beginning of February kind of moved really fast, and then this last week that we just had felt like it lasted forever, but here we are again, surviving another week of Mercury retrograde. The good news is starting Monday, you only have 8 more days to go for the retrograde, right? So looking at the energy for next week on Tuesday, March 3rd, we have a Venus-Saturn square that could actually stress out our relationships that are already taking fire. So it might be easier to approach if you're gonna talk to this person or try to fix something based on a relationship that's already rocky. It's better off to wait till Wednesday. Because on Wednesday, March 4th, we have both Mercury and Venus move into signs that make it easier for them to express themselves. Now, when Mercury retrogrades back into Aquarius for the next 2 weeks, it kind of puts communication problems on hiatus because logical Mercury relates well to the rational Aquarius landscape. So even though we're still in this retrograde, this coming weeks are not going to feel as insane as they have. So that is good news, right? So Venus will relocate to Taurus, which means that love and values move to their happy place for the next month, right? So before Venus goes and gets too comfy, it bumps into Uranus for the annual one-day merger on Sunday, March 8th. That could bring a surprise to your portfolio or your relationship, right? So whenever Uranus enters the cosmic building, it's better to just be prepared, right? Now, this is also next Sunday when we spring ahead, right? So seeing this cosmic energy, now what we're doing is we're taking a look at the energy with tarot. Now, for Hair Talk, I don't have much to say anymore about Hair Talk. I know I've received about 100 messages of you guys wanting me to not bleach it, and then a few of you said, let's buzz it and leave it because you guys are very curious about how my gray hair is coming in. I did that for a moment. I just re-bleached it because I just want to keep the style of it, but I will be doing that later on, maybe in summer, maybe when I get some color back to me. The gray hair situation is a lot of gray hair. I would say about 50%. There is barely any gray hair in the back. Of course, there is my patch right here since I was born, but then this right here, this is all my gray. All of my gray areas right here and right here. When I shaved it last Wednesday, so as you can see, I already have my roots coming in. I was going to leave it like that, but I still had some blonde left over, so it kind of looked not that great. So maybe I'll just let it grow out for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and buzz it, and then show you guys. A lot of you have been asking me to do a kind of like a shaved hair video. I'm not sure what I would even say on it because literally I did this because I wanted to. There was no cost behind it. There was no ritual behind it. I just used to have my hair like this a lot, and I reached a point that I was just tired of dealing with my curls. I was just tired. I needed something. But like I've been telling people, it's the best thing ever. To me, I literally wake up with a smile because it's just a really good feeling. You know, so a lot of you have asked me, are you going to let your hair grow again? Not right now. Not right now. Maybe for next winter. Then I'll let it grow. But I do definitely want to go in the summer with the short hair because you guys know how summers and curls get, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at the energy for the week of March 2nd to March 8th. Today we are using an indie deck, and it is called the Rust Belt Arcana by David Wilson and Matt Stanberry. It does bring a book. I believe the book, I haven't really looked at the book, but the book pretty much, it's pretty thick, but it only focuses on your major arcanas. But it's really, it's a book with a lot of information because it is very thick. So let's go ahead and choose. Today we are going to go with 4 cards. So let's go ahead and take a look. So we start with the Seer of Pentacles. Now, the Seer of Pentacles is that card that's kind of pushing you into releasing. Now, this release that you definitely want to work on is something that you have known about. This is something that you battle with. It's something that you are ready to start new, but you're still hanging on to maybe the possibility that things will change or the possibility that this person will change. But on your gut, you are feeling like you are ready to embark a new journey. When we see the Seer of Pentacles, it's that moment that you really want to take time to think things through. So right now, it's not the moment, especially when we have Mercury in Pisces. It's not a good time to base any decision making on how we're feeling, because our feelings could be on overdrive. So eventually, you know, we make plans because we're extra happy. 2 hours later, we're like regretting it. Same thing. You don't want to make a decision right now. Right now, with the Seer of Pentacles, it's telling you to kind of sit on it and work a plan and really see what it is that you feel. But there is definitely something coming to the surface that is really calling you into letting it go. Now, next week, we're also seeing the energy of the Emperor. Now, the Emperor is coming to you kind of saying, step it up a little bit, kind of saying, be more comfortable with the way that you're approaching your surroundings and the people. It's really time for you to step up and stop allowing people to step over you. One thing is for you to be a healer and want to really help people. It makes us feel good. Another thing is for you to already know the energy of that person. You know that they're using you. You know that they're just there because you give them something. So it's really time to set boundaries as well as step up into your role and maybe begin to say no. Maybe begin to say, I'm sorry, I can't. I know a lot of times we just want to stay away from drama, and I know that saying yes seems so much easier than dealing with the drama if we said no. But the thing is that you are really, really, really overwhelming your energy when you're going to do something that's against something that your energy is kind of saying, don't do this, but we just are, because we want to avoid conflict. So I love how the Emperor is coming through kind of saying, step up, say no, lay down some boundaries. You know, it could be really scary when we start really setting boundaries, because this is what I did in my whole entire 20s. Now I'm almost 40 and I'm still working on it. But as scary as it was, it also gives you this sense of empowerment, the sense that you actually start feeling, wow, I am actually in charge of where I put my energy, right? So the outcome is pretty amazing. I'm not gonna lie, when we're working on setting boundaries, it is nerve-wracking. You get anxiety, you're just like, oh my God, what are they gonna say? What if they start screaming? But eventually, we're just like understanding that I'm doing this for the best part of me. This doesn't make me selfish. This doesn't make me a bad person. But I should not be taken advantage of, right? Now, the next one that we see is the Nine of Pentacles. So the Nine of Pentacles puts you in that energy of ease and comfort. So as you can see next week, it's definitely not feeling like the week that we want to jump into things, right? Especially with Mercury being there. We don't want to really sign anything or get involved in something big. Still putting you in that comfort position. Oh my gosh, what is this? There we go. Still putting you in that comfort position. Still telling you to take it easy. The Nine of Pentacles is all about following your own pace. Now, this doesn't mean don't dream big. Don't dream big. Definitely dream big. Just don't jump into it right now, right? So definitely bringing some meditation, bringing in some self-love, whatever self-love is. Today, I actually mopped my kitchen floor. And you may be saying, wow, that's great. But hey, you guys, while I was mopping my kitchen floor, I felt proud of my kitchen floor. I have 3 dogs, including a German Shepherd. It's been snowing and raining, so you can imagine all the mud in the woods that they track in. So it was time to mop, and I literally, while I was mopping, I said, self-love, baby. And self-love can look in any way that you want it to look. You don't have to make a big ritual. You don't have to make a really pretty bath. You know, sometimes for self-love, we just need to get in the car and go. Go for a walk. Go out in nature. Go walk your dogs. Go read a book. Self-love doesn't have to be this luxurious thing that we have to, you know, hashtag self-love. It could just be something simple that truly makes you feel good about yourself in that very moment. Now, the next one that we see is the lovers, and I love the lovers here because we have the red and we have the black, and the beaks are touching each other. Anytime that we see the lovers, a lot of us, we tend to think relationships. Now, this could be a relationship card kind of saying that right now, if your relationship is feeling a little bit rocky, do not think that it's coming to an end. Right now, everything is probably feeling extremely rocky for sensitives because everything is on high drive. Everything is on overdrive. So our emotions are up here. Miscommunication is all over the place. So what this is working deeper with your connection with spirit. A lot of times we go into the mode of overthinking. We create this crazy anxiety, and then we can't think straight, right? And now we're losing all this time because now we're anxious about something that hasn't even happened yet. So if you're there, the lover says, come back to center, come back to this moment. Really listen to your intuition. When we think what intuition really is, everybody is born with intuition. Some people just allow themselves to be guided by ego, and then they ignore their intuition. But what intuition really is your inner wisdom, is your inner knowing, is your higher self, right? So it's time for you to really get back and connect with your higher self, maybe through meditation, maybe through dance, maybe with nature. But right now, when it comes to relationships or fixing things or having deep conversations, next week is not going to be the week, right? So as we're seeing here, we still have a little bit of a bumpy road, but the beautiful thing about this reading is that 9 of Pentacles as well as the Emperor kind of saying slowly take back charge. If you've kind of given your power away and you realize that the way people are acting or the way that they're talking about you really has an effect on you, a negative effect, that is always a sign that you are giving your power away. So it's time to reclaim your power. It's time to say, I shall not let these people have any control on how I feel. Easier said than done. Have I accomplished that? Sometimes, and sometimes no, because I am just human. But the more we work with it, the better we become at it, right? So on Shop News, we did just put out a newsletter, I believe, yesterday. If you haven't signed up for the newsletter, go ahead and sign up. So this weekend, we're having a 40% off all workshops with code Pisces. So that is a pretty awesome deal. Right now, most of the workshops, I believe they're at 65, so you actually get them for like 30, right? So math is not my thing. Witchcraft is, math is not. But go ahead and check those out, and I will see you guys again next weekend. So thank you always for your messages and your love and sharing and hashtagging when you receive your goodies. It always makes me feel so good. I feel a little bit older now, but we've been doing this for 20 years. I've been doing this for 20 years. If you guys have tried to email or message, I get about 100 to 200 messages a day. So I do my best in trying to catch up with everybody. But remember that even though our shop has grown and it's big and it's worldwide, it's still 3 people. I'm still the only one that crafts. My husband is the one that does your packaging and puts those extra goodies in your packages. And then we have Brad, who takes care of the online part, right? So thank you so much for hanging out with me today, and I will see you guys again next weekend. So lots of love and light to everyone, and blessed be. Bye-bye.